Hey, my friend, so glad that you are here with me on 5 Minute Mentoring. We're taking all month and celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Unlocking the Heart of the Artist. And I'm reading excerpts from the book here on 5 Minute Mentoring just to pull out some of the really key passages and key things in the book that for me over 10 years have been really, really powerful. And one of those was a chapter all about dreaming with God. I remember in 2009, when God began to give me the vision prophetically for being a father to artists and raising up an army of artists, one of the things that he put in my hand through a friend of mine, Roy and Bessie Rhodes, was a book by a guy I had never heard of really that much until that point, named Bill Johnson. Now, Bill Johnson, I've never met him, but oh my gosh, has been such a huge influence in my life. And that book in particular just raised my faith to believe that God can begin to do something in my life in raising up an army of artists. And so has informed everything that I've been about in raising up this army of artists and this movement of creatives all over the world. And so I wrote a whole chapter on how that happened in my life. And I wanted to share part of that with you today, starting in this chapter all about dreaming with God and releasing the dreamer. And it says this: the closer I get to the heart of the Father, the deeper my passion grows and the bigger my dreams become. Not because I'm some hotshot spiritual guy, but because I'm intentionally connecting with the creative source of the entire universe, and He's my Father. As artists and as sons and daughters of the Father, it is in our DNA to be dreamers and to dream His dreams. Even in our times of human weakness and frailty, as our hearts incline toward Him, we begin to dream, and the Father releases the secrets of His kingdom into our hearts. Just like David, God births His purposes in our life through encounters with Him. In His presence, dreams awaken and desires grow, giving birth to clear vision. Worship became David's passion and defining purpose in life. It shaped everything we did, or everything he did, rather, as we see in Psalm 27:4, when he said in the NIV, quote, "One thing I ask from the Lord, this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all my days, and to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to seek Him in His temple," unquote. Once I began to experience this revelation in my life, everything changed. Family, business, ministry, and life in general. My outlook changed as well. I was no longer trying to become something I was never intended to be, a stove-up religious puppet trying hard to keep rules Jesus never intended for me. Instead, I was set free to pursue the heart of the Father and to dream big through the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. Once you start dreaming and get outside of your religious, wounded, preconceived box, you will begin to see the bigger picture, that you were created in the image of God to reflect His glory in the earth and in every area of life and creativity. You know, as I reflect back on writing that and just that season in my life, I just think how limited and small my vision was of just trying to make it through the day, make enough money to survive, and literally how that season of encounter with the Lord changed everything in my life. And now as I roll the tape 11 years now from 2009 into 2021, my life is so completely different now because of this revelation that God woke me up with at 3:09 in the morning to raise up an army of artists and affirming me as a father to artists, even in my weakness, even in not understanding that, and then teaching me over these last 11, 12 years how to co-labor with the kingdom to see the fullness of God manifested in and through my life and how it's affected tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of artists all over the world who are being released into their calling. It's really crazy. It really is crazy, like, for me to think about it. And yet the beautiful thing is, as we come back around to this message 10 years later, it just fires me up again for you to be able to know. I want you to know that, listen, if God did this in my life, He is more than able, more than willing, desiring even to do this in yours as well, if you'll let Him. Hey, listen, I hope you'll pick up your copy of Unlocking the Heart of the Artist. Even if you've read it before, I promise this 10-year revision is going to be one that will knock your socks off and awaken you again to the truth of all that God has for you in the kingdom. You can grab that as well as grab the audiobook, the ebook, or the print book. However you're going to do it, we want to encourage you to grab that and join with us in the celebration of 10 years of Unlocking the Heart of the Artist. All right, I'll see you next time, my friend. Bye.